I am going to be doing a Victorian witchy theme back here in the sunroom this year. I have found so many amazing pieces that are going to work very well for this theme. So not only is this my favorite thrift haul I've ever done, this is also a really fun video because it's in collaboration with my friend Danielle over at Homemade Vintage. If you've not seen her channel before, I think you guys are really gonna like it. She has a very similar style, a love for old world home decor, Victorian pieces, and what I love so much about her thrift hauls is that she not only finds great pieces, so they're really fun to watch, but she's very knowledgeable about her pieces. She's also got a knack for styling and creating vignettes with her pieces, so lots of decorating videos as well. So definitely go check her out. I am going to link her video down below. After you watch this one, go over there, check hers out, leave her a comment, tell her I sent you, and let's get into this thrift haul. Where to start? I have so many things today. Okay, I know. Let's do this oil lamp. So if you've been watching my thrift hauls recently, you know that I've been collecting a lot of these. I think these are just beautiful decor pieces. I got this and one other thing for $5 together, so I'm gonna say it was $2.50, but I got this at a garage sale. It's definitely the biggest one that I own, and I've heard of a couple people talking about actually getting some lamp oil for these and using them. So I know it takes a specific kind of oil. I need to track down where I can buy it at and try it out. I'm not sure that it's something I would do all the time, but definitely to set the scene for my Halloween decor, it could be really cool for that. So I'm on the lookout for that. And while we're on the subject of these oil lamps, I also found this one, and I got this one at an antique store. It's got a little like cage around it. Something about this just felt very witchy to me. So I don't think that this is actually an old item, and I'm pretty sure this was only like $4 at the antique store. So I think this will be really fun, and I might actually be able to fill this one too. I don't know, this one might be purely decorative, but it does have the little knob and everything in here, so something to maybe try. Up next is this mirror, and I should say that some of these items, I don't know where they'll fit into my decor this year, but these are all items that I intend on using. Of course, once I get to playing around, if something doesn't fit, then it may not make the cut. But these are items that I kind of have collected with it in mind. I actually just really love ornate mirrors. Ornate mirrors are probably one of the things that first got me collecting vintage and antique items. Now, a lot of the mirrors that I have that are of this style aren't actually that old, but they have that same feel. So I feel like they can kind of fit into category. So anyway, I really loved the long shape of this one, and I got this actually at a vintage market this past weekend. Now, the gal that I bought this from, I noticed when I was checking out that I recognized the name of her booth. This was actually out in a small, like, surrounding town to mine, and I knew that her booth was also in an antique store that I frequent. She always has stuff that I tend to like, and she was just kind as could be. She did say that she lost everything just recently in a tornado. I know how cliche tornadoes in Kansas, but unfortunately they did. They lost everything in a tornado, including all of her antique booth inventory. So I'm gonna link her Facebook page down below. I don't know that she ships items, but if you're local, support her, and she just has some really cool finds. She's got her booth at Paramount Antiques. Anyways, this was $20, and I just really loved the long shape of it. I think it's gonna work perfectly somewhere in my house. It's going to look beautiful. So up next is this copper bucket. Now this looks like some kind of kettle or pot of some kind. I thought it fits with the witchy theme because they would have things around to kind of cook up their potions or whatever. So I thought this was kind of perfect for that. I don't really know where I'm gonna set all of the like cookware kind of stuff because I have gotten a couple of things. So you could put dry ice in this so that it's kind of smoking out of it. I got this at a garage sale for $2, I believe. So then I also picked this one up. I actually got this today. You guys know that I'm all about the tarnished silver for my Halloween tablescapes. I think it is so perfect for creating that like spooky old world look. And I found this pretty tarnished silver tray today. This one's definitely darker than a lot of mine, and I love the shape of it. It's still got kind of that like etching on the center like most of them do. It does have a mark on it. It's really hard to see, so I don't even think I'd be able to get it on camera, but I just thought this was really pretty. She sold it to me for $1 at a garage sale that I went to. It's gonna fit in great with all of my witchy tablescape things. I know that you guys have also been collecting the tarnished silver since seeing my videos, and I am so excited that you guys are also loving it and finding really cool pieces, because there are a lot of really cool pieces. even some of which that I don't know exactly what they're for, like this one. This was given to me by a friend. She had a bunch of items that she felt were like kind of up my alley, some spooky things that I could use for my Halloween decorating. And this was one of the items that came in the box. It has a little lip in here, so I'm sure it had some kind of serving bowl or something that went inside of it at one point. But it's definitely got that tarnished silver spooky look about it. So I could see this even working well as a centerpiece and putting some like flowers kind of draping out of it. I think there's a number of things that I could do with this, but it definitely fits the bill, so I thought I would share it. This was free. She also gave me this next piece, which is very different, but I actually think it really works well for this theme. I would not have probably picked this out myself, but because it was given to me for free, so this is definitely a unique piece. It is a sculpture of birds, these like kind of black birds. I think that's what makes it kind of witchy, but it's also on this branch. So this is like a real branch. It's actually, I cleaned it, but it's still a little bit dirty. It has some cobwebs on it, which, I mean, for Halloween, I suppose I could leave them. And it's just really interesting, and I feel like fits in kind of with a witchy theme. Like I could tuck this somewhere in the mix and it like just kind of goes. It's interesting too that the little birds, they have like bead eyes. It looks like somebody used beads, and some of them are different colors. So this one has red eyes. Most of them have white. This one has blue eyes. I don't know. It's definitely interesting. It's definitely something that somebody like handmade, which I think is kind of cool. So I don't know that this one's gonna be up in my house year round. Likely it won't be, but it's definitely an interesting piece for my witchy theme this year. This little creamer dish was another item that she gave to me that was just like in the box, and I thought it also would look nice in my decor, kind of setting my scene back in time. But it's just got this nice kind of off-white creamy look about it. It's got kind of a crackle finish to it. And yeah, I just thought it was really cute for this. It actually has some chipping and stuff, but honestly that works very well for kind of creating a spooky setting. So I thought I'd kind of put this over with the cookware if I do end up using it. So this is one item. Again, this was free. And also I just threw this in the haul as well because it's another thing that I got from her. And while it's a small kind of insignificant piece, I do think it has that same like vibe with the coloring of it. It's just this little metal candle holder that I can set a drippy candle on. So that is another piece that I got for free. So I'm gonna be doing an apothecary area, if you guys haven't already figured that out, judging by the sign I made recently. I found this little vase that I felt like looked like something that would be in a scientist lab, which I know isn't quite the same thing, but I do think it'll fit well. And yeah, this was 95 cents. While I was also at that thrift store, I found a few more glass pieces, and again, these aren't old. I can also age them a little bit with a little bit of paint. So I got this little bottle that has a cork top in it. This one was also 95 cents. And then I got these two little dome pieces. So they look like cloches to me. I don't know if they had another purpose, but I'm definitely gonna be using them as cloches. I think putting a little bit of Spanish moss under them, I could put some type of oddity kind of item in it or something of that sort. These will be perfect for that. They were 45 cents a piece. Definitely think outside of the box when you're going to your thrift stores. Look in the glass area, see what you can find that might work for your theme, and then you can use like a little bit of acrylic paint and a sponge to add some aging to it. I think these will be really cute in my tablescape is kind of what I've got planned for them, but I don't really have my full thing planned out yet, so it could change. I don't know exactly where we're gonna use it, but we're gonna use these. And because I'm collecting all the old bottles for my apothecary, I also picked this one up. I loved the label on this one. I thought it was really, really cool. This one actually has quite a bit of liquid in it, and no, I did not smell it this time like I did with the perfume bottle. I definitely learned my lesson on that one. So this will be staying sealed. Obviously, I would never open it and use it for anything. So we're gonna use this in our apothecary. I really liked the label. I did also use this on the Halloween decorate on the inside. Most of the things that I wanted to use out here in the sunroom, I didn't use in that one, but there were a couple of things, this being one of them. And I got this for $1. Funny story about this one is somebody stuck a dollar sticker on the front, so that's what I paid for it. And then when I went out to the car, I noticed there was a $7 sticker on the top. So I went back up to them and she said, it's fine, just keep it for the $1. So I got a good deal on that. And I also got this one there. I'm pretty sure this one was $3. So I was a little confused as to why the two were such a different price initially, but this one has a little cork top in it and the bottle's all ripped up, which I think is perfect for an old Apothecary. Really cute little bottle. Another interesting item that I got from my friend for free was this skull. My initial thought when I saw this, because it's got a lot of green in it, was that I was going to take some wood stain and kind of try to make it more brownish. But the more that I look at it, the more I think this is like kind of cool looking for a witch's cottage. So I think we're gonna keep it the way that it is. And yeah, it's just an interesting, it's made of some kind of this porcelain. I don't even know what it is, but oh, it was $2 for somebody. Somebody got it for $2, not me. I got it for free, but anyways, I thought he's kind of interesting. He's definitely a little different than the typical like skulls you've seen. So one of the items that I'm most excited about are the boots. So we're obviously going for witch's boots look here. And these were from an antique store I've been looking for a little while. Actually, Danielle over at Homemade Vintage just got a really cool pair that you can see in one of her decorating videos. It was like a fall decorating video. I happened to come across mine about a week after her video came out, and I had told her I was looking for some. So these were from an antique store and they cost me about $18. So I got them for a pretty good price, and I think they're perfect little like witchy boots. I do wish they were like slightly more pointed, but like, I mean, that's if we're being really picky. So these will be perfect because of course you have to have witch's boots in your witch's cottage. Very excited about these. So if you watch my most recent Halloween Decorate With Me, you know that I mentioned it's difficult for me to find nice old brown books or black books. And I actually came across them literally this morning at a garage sale. So ask and you shall receive. That actually has happened to me a few times when I mention things that I want in a thrift haul and then I just happen to find them. So maybe I'm just manifesting. I don't know. I found a whole box full of old books for 25 cents a piece today. I got $5 worth of books, so I'm not going to show them all to you, but I definitely got a good amount. So they're just brown old books. I don't know that it looks that great, but this one said 1960 on it. And just for my theme's sake, I actually went in with some Rub and Buff and tried to change it from 19 to 18. It's kind of obvious, but I think, you know, if you're just quickly passing by, you maybe wouldn't notice. 1960 is a little bit harder to fit into the, you know, Victorian time period. So I did change that on these two. I'm not normally super into modifying vintage things, but I made an exception for my Halloween decor because I don't know, I just did. And I'm not super attached to things from the 60s or 50s, although I know some people are. So sorry about that. Anyway, I got two of these big ones. I'm not even gonna say how many I got of all of them because I don't remember. I got a lot. So then I got several of these ones because they had just a bunch of these. Oh yeah, these are like, it was a set of encyclopedias. Quite honestly, I probably should have bought all of them so I didn't split any of them up, but I didn't. I might have to go back and pick up the rest. I actually was a little bit worried about how I was gonna get the books and my toddler into the car because I had like this big box full of books and I would have bought them all if I thought I could carry it myself. Thankfully, the guy was super nice and they carried it out to my car for me. If I had known that, I probably would have just told him to put them all in there. But anyway, I think I got plenty that I need for my decor. So another just like pretty old book. And some of them are kind of more of a reddish brown, but they all kind of fit into that color scheme really well together. And then over this past weekend at the vintage market, I got two black books. These were also from that same gal that I got that really beautiful mirror from that was in the local vintage market. And I thought that these were so pretty, and the names of them I feel like were kind of perfect too for my theme. So pretty black book. This one is called The Black Rose, which I think is just a gorgeous old book, and look how old and like tattered the pages look. And the other one that I got from her booth was this one called The Razor's Edge. So I thought that was kind of perfect also. So lots of old books. Thank goodness I was able to find all of the books that I need. Oh, these two were $5 a piece. So I definitely paid a little bit more than I like to for books, but because they were black, because they have titles that I feel like fit really well with my theme, they were too good to pass up. I would say this is more of like a specialty it was an exception to my rule of preferring to pay like 25 cents to $1 per book. So I did spend $5 a piece on these. I got a few bigger ticket items that I'm going to share with you now. The first one is this architectural piece that I got from a garage sale for $5. This is so good. Honestly, she didn't have a price on it and I just asked her what she wanted for it. She said $5. I love pieces like this. I'm going to actually keep this up year round. We're going to put this above one of our doorways just to add some interest into the house, but I also think these work really well for Halloween decor. Again, you're like setting the scene back in time, so I think architectural pieces like this that can kind of help you out with that work really well. I don't know for sure if this is going to fit anywhere in my decor for Halloween this year in the sunroom. It just depends on what space I have to put it in. This is not like a huge room back here, but I had to share because it was such a fun find, and I definitely think pieces like this, if you have the space for it, are perfect for this theme. So really cool, very old world style, and I'm really excited just to put this guy up and have it up year round. So I also got this butler stand, and what I'm going to be using it for Halloween specifically is I thought it might be cool to use as a broom stand, so kind of have my brooms leaning up against it. I'm going to probably use some fairy lights to kind of add some magic to it. I could also have the witch's shoes down at the bottom, so I think this is going to be a really cool piece to use in my Halloween decor this year, and it only cost me 16 bucks, which is such a great price for a butler stand. So yeah, I got this one from a local antique store. So I got this big old trunk that I'm gonna share with you. I'm gonna probably just put some B-roll in because I don't wanna hold it the whole time. It's this big old brown trunk and it has gold detailing on it with a leather handle. I just love the colors of it. I thought it really fit well with my theme this year, and it was only $18. I got this also at a local antique store as I was kind of perusing about. I think using a couple of these stacked up could be cool for like a little coffee table area or something of that sort was kind of my thought behind that. I also got this little vintage drawer. I love the little handle on it. It does only have one handle, so that's a little bit of a bummer, but the way they had it used when they were displaying it was actually as like a little shelf, so sitting on top of something, and that's actually how I also plan to use it. So I think I'll use this in my Apothecary to kind of set bottles on and use as a riser, but it's definitely got that old world look about it, so I think it's perfect. And this was $7, so definitely a good find. I'm sure this probably belonged to an old dresser, maybe even a sewing machine stand. I know that those sewing machine drawers are really popular, really cool. You can find those a lot of places, so those would work really well. Also, like the little square ones, or they have like stacked ones, but I thought this would be perfect. I do wish it had the handle on both sides because the handle's really pretty, but either way, I'm happy with this find. I think this will be perfect for my Apothecary. Last but most definitely not least, I'm not sure how I'm gonna show this to you. I'm gonna attempt to hold it up. Definitely gonna have to do some B-roll, but I've got a plan for where I wanna put this. It's this antique buffet mirror. So this at one point would have gone over a buffet, and actually the guy told me that that buffet was in his family for a really long time and it had fallen to pieces. So the buffet no longer existed, but he had this mirror still, and he only charged me $10 for it, you guys. $10. This was a garage sale find. He had a big, huge like barn sale going on, and yes. So this I actually have planned to use in my entryway, and it will stay there all of the time. I don't care that the mirror is not clear. It's got some imperfections in it because mainly it's gonna be reflecting some light, and I like the aged look about it. I do think I'm gonna use it in the sunroom for my witchy theme temporarily, but it will definitely make its way into the main part of the house as soon as I'm done with that. Anyway, really gorgeous. I was very excited about this find. If you want to see how I style these items, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on my upcoming Halloween Decorate With Me video. Till next time, friends, I'll see you very soon in a brand new video. Bye.